about this room? It's eerie. Major Saw vibes. Oh, today we're exploring Half-Life 2's third chapter, Root Canal. This is different compared to the last two chapters. Not a whole lot of standing around and listening in this one. It's all action. But we're still gonna find some interesting spots and details to point out. I just know it. Welcome to Video Game World Tours. Ooh, I don't think I should. Whoa, chill. I wonder if you can save this guy if you're fast enough. Oof, doesn't seem like it. What if I speed in with no clip? Huh, guess you can. Though, bro doesn't look so good. Sorry, lady. Oh man, I love how the Citadel is framed perfectly as you walk up the steps. That's some great level design there. They know how to keep a landmark in your mind. I know there's a thing here where you're supposed to get on the train and ride it to this ladder, but what happens if you wait? Huh, well that's very considerate of them. I did want to see if you could jump over without needing the train. You can kinda hug the fence if you're real careful, but there's not much space for you to jump at the end, sadly. This whole series is going to be full of me trying out things that don't end up working. Better get used to it. I love all the houses in this game. You come across more later. I'll definitely point them out when the time comes. They're almost always so sad. I can't help but wonder about the world that was. It's funny how generous they were with the explosive barrel placement, and also that the Combines stand right next to them without a care in the world. Then one is used against you almost immediately after. A perfect escalation of mechanics. The great red barrel is everyone's enemy. Valve really were just firing on all cylinders with this game. I particularly love this short sequence right here. Combine come in from behind and are running at you. Then you see ahead even more Combine are coming your way. So you look for a way out and notice this door. You try to interact with it. Nothing happens. So you turn around and realize your only path is to jump into the waters below. It's beautiful how they guide you through the map. The invisible hand of level design takes you on a roller coaster ride. You never know what unexpected curve it'll throw at you. Nice little place they got here. 2 guys, 1 bed. Y'all, got enough room for one more? No time. The introduction of the barnacle. I love how there's a bird scripted to fly into its tongue, and that's how you're taught about its main gimmick. Wait, how are these even here? How did this barnacle come to reach that spot up there? I think I'm asking too many questions. The game design put him there. Aw, poor fella. Hell yeah, a turret section. I've always loved how loosey-goosey the turrets feel in this game. Ooh, someone on the radio mentions man-hacks. You hear about them a few times before actually running into them. I love the mystery, just the name man-hacks. It sounds terrifying. I also think it's cool how the city scanners serve an actual purpose in combat. During the beginning of the game, they're just kind of annoying, blinding you for a couple seconds. But in combat, they're literal flashbangs. I never really thought of them as enemies like that, but they do have a role in combat encounters. The first barnacle in the tunnel is easy to spot, but the second one is much harder to notice. Deliberately evil lighting and enemy placement there. Great. Huh, this is kind of an interesting area. It's grown over with all this grass, and there's a lot of vehicles in here. I wonder what the story is with this space. They give you an explosive barrel for the gathering of the barnacles down there. We're pretty early into this video, and I keep bringing it up, but I can't help but talk about the level design. They've established what red barrels do. They've established what barnacles do. And now you get to see them interact. Valve is deliberately giving you a dopamine hit by letting you throw one of these into a clump of barnacles. They know how satisfying it is. Love it. Ooh, is that the, yeah, eesh. Here we go, the iconic physics puzzle. This game was so ahead of its time. Still is, kinda. You don't really see physics puzzles like this in big budget games these days. At least none of them as freeform as this. I'm remembering some of the puzzles from Assassin's Creed Origins that were kinda like this. There were big ass shelves that you had to slowly move around to shift the weights for lifts and all that. Why do developers always make the player character move things so slowly in puzzles like this? Final Fantasy VII Remake was bad about that too. But this is a fun space to be in. It's fun to see how few cinder blocks you need to place to be able to make the jump. Oh, I guess you don't need any. How cool is that? But you do need some shmovement to reach the ledge. What if a new player accidentally throws all the bricks up here, forcing them into that shmovement? I guess that'd be a learning experience for them. Time to become a Source Engine movement pro. They'll evolve into a CS surfer in no time. Huh, I wonder if you can climb up there. There's no ladder, so you'll need to make your own way up. Easy peasy. Ugh, not this section. I hate being rushed through areas. Man, I love this room. The lighting is so calming, despite having otherwise super scary vibes. What's the point of this area down here? Obviously got the health packs to pick up, but why would this exist in-world? Oh my god, I distinctly remember this bit from when I was younger. I was super spooked by it. How you have to crawl deep under here, and then you're right up against a horrifying charred corpse. Not being able to run to the health pack and run back makes it 10 times worse. You're forced to slowly crouch walk to the end and slowly walk back. Even though I know there's no enemies in here, it still freaks me out a bit. I forget sometimes that this game can be kinda spooky. Hey, we're back out here. If you have skills, you can actually skip that short section we just went through. You need to make a jump that's kinda difficult. It's hard to sprint, crouch, and air strafe at the same time. That'll definitely turn you into a surfing pro. You can climb up on this ledge if you do some stacking. Ooh, this is scary. No more helicopter sounds connecting you to the outside world, just ambient dripping and critter sounds. Terrifying. Another manhack mention. I wonder when they'll— oh my— I love how they fly in like a bat out of hell. And can I just say, I never really thought about it, but manhacks are truly horrifying. Imagine a drone coming at you that's just spinning blades. What an evil creation. Huh, an alright living space. I've seen worse. Not long after that, they throw a manhack at you while you're in a vent. I love that Valve realizes how terrifying it is to be in a constrained space where you can't quickly run away. Ugh, now isn't that a sight for sore eyes? Gonna be so satisfying to break all these down. Yeah. Oh, wow, there's an explosive barrel hidden behind a wall the way you came in, and then a combine magically appears beside it. That's a funny bit. Not another one of these. Goodness. That's your first introduction to zombies in the game. It's neat how they're properly introduced later, but if you're one to search all the nooks and crannies, you'll get a little sneak peek here. After a bit more exploring, you eventually end up on the other side of the fence that we went through earlier. I love how this game constantly wraps around on itself. Despite being a linear game, it doesn't really feel like you're going through endless corridors. You're constantly ending up in places that you were just in, but in a different context. I remember there were a lot of complaints in like the 360 era about linear games being just a series of hallways until the end credits. I think people said it about Final Fantasy XIII maybe? Half-Life 2 definitely doesn't feel like that. Man, what a room to be dropped in. You fall directly onto a pile of barrels and immediately notice like 24 explosive ones all around you. Then just the utter chaos when you decide to shoot one of them. It's just beautiful. The red barrels don't do too much damage, but it's still a little stressful being in here trying to avoid them all. Okay, things are chill now. I just can't get over these rooms with the green lighting. The game's got a little secret for you in there, but how in the world are you supposed to reach it? I had truly no idea at first, though I might be super bad at this. Back in the room where you first fight the man-hacks, I was unsure how to reach the living space up above. I knew you could because there were some crates to break up there. I thought you might have to stack some physics objects, but that seemed too unhinged. I actually started writing about that in the script. After a moment, I realized there's a ladder right there. It's just kinda hidden in the shadows. Only there isn't a ladder here. It's just a ledge you can't reach. Though maybe I was onto something before. You know what? If the unhinged solution works, maybe it isn't that unhinged. All that ingenious puzzle solving for one measly suit battery. I wonder when the last time someone other than Gordon was in here. This doesn't seem like a very accessible place for someone needing to do some maintenance. In fact, there's no other entrance other than falling down the way Gordon did or doing this puzzle in reverse. Maybe that's expected of the City 17 maintenance people. This room has interesting vibes. Oof, hell of a station they got you at, brother. My condolences. Oh, not this part. Am I allowed to say headcrabs still kinda freak me out? It's a literal jump scare monster. I genuinely be tweaking around them. Man, they got all these people hanging out in super tucked away spots of the world. Does this lady live here, or does she commute? I wouldn't want to commute through the zombie-infested sludge spot. I guess I'd just call this my home. Well, I'll leave her be. It's time for me to have some fun. I love how it opens up here. Granted, it's not that open. This isn't Skyrim we're talking about, but it's pretty damn open for a Valve game, especially at the time. Half-Life 1 felt relatively cramped for the most part. Even in the outside areas, it still kind of felt like you were exploring rooms most of the time. But you truly feel outside here. They give you a lot of space to ride this airboat around. I did a quick lap around this area and discovered there's no items for you to pick up. You explore this space truly for the love of the game. Like, how many of you guys ever stood here and looked at the city from this angle? I love when developers hide little things for you to find if you explore a lot, but I also appreciate when they don't hide stuff. It makes exploration feel more pure. This spot has value purely because of the view, not because of any ammo or health Valve hid here. Actually, I wonder if you even need the airboat to reach this point. Oh my god, yeah, you don't take nearly as much damage in this sludge as I was expecting. I was planning on taking these two boxes and hopping through, shuffling them back and forth, but there's no reason to. Screw you, airboat, we don't need you. We can even go through this gate without it. This will get a bit tricky though. Guess I can pull out old Reliable. Give me a few, I'll keep working at it. I actually forget where the loading zone is. That's not good. I'll be honest, I really thought it would spawn an airboat next to me when the next chapter started. It truly does let you into the next chapter without the airboat. Oh, that's the end of Root Canal. I'll just hang out in here until it's time to explore Water Hazard. No, I'm good. I can breathe just fine. Thanks for watching. See you Predacents next time.